All right, party. Where last we left, you were going to rest for a little while, regain your spell slots, and then you're going to go check out this southern point over here where the enemy has recently been spotted.
That's right.
Where we left
Closing
off.
in.
And I see a week's long rest right here. Great. Okay. A week has passed. The party has rested. During your period of rest, there has been some question about what the song lists are doing. Some folks in town seem extremely worried. Others are like, nah, it's no big deal. But the idea that the song lists are at one of your other anchor points, this one so close to home, not this northern one way beyond the mountains, but on your southern entrance, really, has made some people a little nervous. Just a little bit, because, it's been going on for thousands of years, and it's been fine this whole time, so it's probably fine right now, right? Right? It's fine. It's fine, everyone. Don't worry about it.
Surely,
the barrier's always held.
Surely is fine.
What could go wrong? You guys are probably just crazy pants. So that's
I believe my dad we are, yeah.
Well, he's your father. When's he ever been wrong about anything?
That's true. I don't remember a single time.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, Gray has a great amount of respect for Alabaster's father.
Did you say you don't know if he does, or you think he does?
He does. He absolutely has a great deal of respect for his father. As a sort of representative of the Toman life, the discussion that they had where he talked about the nature of living versus living as yourselves as a people really struck with Gray. And he's been pondering that over the long rest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Alabaster has also been kind of still swaying in that conflict a little bit. But also there's just this feeling that he can't shake, that he has to, go his own path here. And I think that is taking over his desire to, stick to the things that he's been taught all the time, especially because that last conversation with his father probably pissed him off a little bit too, because I think he didn't feel very heard or seen about something that he feels very strongly. He basically went to his father. He's like, hey, I'm going through this really tough, conflict of internal conflict. I don't know what to do. And his father basically pulled him off. So there's maybe also a little bit of a desire to rebel now and to keep pursuing this almost. Yeah.
Sounds like you and your father need to see a counselor together.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, it's been a week. Let's go visit. You head up, I should say down, in the direction of the mountain. Now, you've got your guard who was watching over it. We've sort of referred to these when we were talking about the different groups that you're deploying. We equated one to the elk because they were guarding areas, and we equated one to the snake because they were attacking, and we equated one to the hawk because they were scouting. But they're not necessarily all elks, snakes, and hawks, right? So the individual Toman who was watching this area for you had a dog, a very loyal dog. The Toman's name was Rex the Red, or sorry, Rex of Red would be correct. Of Red. And the dog's name was... that's a good question. I'm so bad at coming up with names. This is embarrassing. I'm doing this for fucking 12
Hamilton?
years. Hamilton?
Hamilton.
Yep.
I'll take it.
All right.
A great name.
Okay.
One of the most loyal dogs ever known to...
One of the best boys there ever was.
Yep.
Rex of Red and Hamilton will lead you back up. Now, if we take a look at the map, we'll note that this is sort of at the end of a mountain range here. And Rex is going to tell you that the anchor itself is in a hard to get area. It's kind of awkwardly positioned, but also that means that there's a better spot to watch it from. And he's been watching the spot from like 600 feet away, 400 meters away on like a rise so that he can like look down towards it. And he's going to bring you up to that same spot, that same place where he can get a nice view of this without actually being there. And this is what you're going to see. Here is your map. You can zoom out a little bit. You will be off the map to the north end. So you can see that it's this long ridge that comes out and has the anchor point. And that there are 3 people sitting here around. I've just placed their tokens, but they're moving around. They've got a couple of tents right around here. And when he's looking at this with you, he'll say, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I'm going to paraphrase here. There were more people here when they first arrived. I've been watching for a while. I came to get you now that you're rested. Last time I was here, there were 6 people. And it seems that 3 of them are here no longer. Assuming that you've been watching for, half an hour, so you know it's not just someone going off into the bathroom. Great outdoors. But he seems to think that there used to be more, and 3 of them are gone. Half of them are missing now. And as you're looking over these, you'll notice one of these does not look like the others. This guy right here is, they're all about the same size, but this one that I'm pinging is more nicely dressed. He's got like this bigger, fancier cloak. He's got more of that metallic skin, that metallic armor that they wear. This one wears like metallic skin around his head all the time. He strikes you as significantly different than the others.
Probably also colorful garments, which would be important to the Toman, right? Like color is like so important to the culture that like this probably immediately to them signifies, okay, this is like a different social standing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it would like imply so.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And of course, Rex and Hamilton, they're not going to get involved in the fighting. They're not well leveled at all. That's not what they do here.
Okay. And how long ago was it that the others left?
Let's see. They were spotted showing up on the 19th. They were spotted coming this way on the 19th. They made it to the mountain on the 21st. On the 25th, he stopped seeing the others. I'm sorry, on the 24th. I read my numbers wrong. The others left.
So it's been a bit.
And today's the 28th.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
yeah, so half of them left, 3 days after arriving.
Yeah. It seems we have reasonable reason to assume that these songs are vulnerable. I feel like this would be a good opportunity to strike, especially because one of them looks like they're quite important.
What time of day is it?
Right now it's mid-afternoon.
The one with the kind of different garb, do they is their weapon any different than like the standard songless or?
Yeah, the larger one is carrying a very long, very large sword, whereas the others are carrying small one-handed swords with shields. Well, smaller. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Ray will lower his voice as Alabaster suggests to attack and sort of gives a faint smile and nods and says, "You have become far more decisive."
I think we should take opportunities like this, and I think if our enemy is exposed like this, we'd be stupid not to go on the offensive.
I agree.
He's kind of using a strategic talk to talk over, sharing his like internal journey for a little bit to try to stay strong in the face of a moment of leadership here.
I've been considering that we were thinking about how to solve the problem of the songless for good too much rather than looking at what was right in front of us. As your father said, we simply need to act, set an example, constantly simply trim the claws. Do our duty to our people.
And when a claw is exposed like this, it's good time to strike. I wonder if we should wait for nightfall. Seems like we've got quite the advantage in those conditions.
Iskar is typically very, very gung-ho, very like ready to just kind of go into battle, right? But he's been kind of having some inner conflict, you know, everything that he thought he wanted to know, everything he believed in about, you know, changing Toman society, finding all the answers. It's kind of been playing out like he wanted, and he's realizing as it's happening, you know, he's having these very thoughts of like, am I in too deep? Is this really where I wanted things to go? So I think here he almost wants to maybe take a more passive approach. So I think Iskar might... Okay, I've got it. Okay. You know, rather than go in and attack them all, what if we try to capture the leader there? There's something different about him. Maybe there's something valuable we could get from that. I think maybe we do wait until nightfall and wait until they're asleep and maybe consider this tactic instead of a full-on attack.
We do have the consideration of perhaps the others returning, but I think that is a risk worth taking in order to have the advantage of nightfall.
Have Rex and Hamilton ever seen anyone come back after a while?
No.
Okay.
Rex will tell you that he showed up, or when they got to the anchor, he came down to talk to you guys, found you, and then came back because you said you were going to rest for a week. And then he watched them mill about. He watched the weird one of these people, the fancier one, the one with the big sword, produce some sort of hide that he would then like press marks into while looking at the anchor. And there seemed to be some sort of like markings or engravings or ritualizing observations of this thing, while the others moved about, gathered firewood, created some shelters, that sort of thing. So it looks definitely like these two plus the other three who left were more, you know, doing all of the assistant work, all of the household tending, while this one was doing all of the ritual or investigative or exploratory work.
Gotcha.
And then one day, the other three left and were gone and haven't been seen since.
Okay, yeah, it seems unlikely that the others will return. I think we can definitely afford to wait for nightfall. I think it's done us well in the past. I'm not sure about capturing. I think the problem is right now we have a huge advantage in these sorts of confrontations where our numbers are low, and where we have advantage, you know, during night and in territory. I don't know if, first of all, drawing them in by capturing someone and drawing their attacks towards us is a good idea. I also don't know if that's the sort of battle that I want to fight against them, where we take prisoners and try to... I think I'd rather we kill him and send a message that they shan't come here. This is not a place for them. These are dangerous lands. And that we don't negotiate, and that we don't try to exchange information or anything. We are the woods. We are this land. We are one with this land, and this land will strike back if you encroach on it too far.
I will shoot to kill, but if the opportunity arises to capture them, we should take it. But do not endanger ourselves for that chance. Agreed?
I'm in agreement. We should focus on what's safest. I think we do need to take extra care of the hide that their leader seems to be using for some sort of ritual, some sort of job. We need to make absolute sure that he doesn't flee in any situation I think we need to at least get that hide, whatever means
Okay.
necessary.
All right. We should. It seems like we have a good vantage point here. It seems like we have no. It seems like we shouldn't be in danger of being discovered by them or anything as long as we're careful. Is that accurate, Koibu?
Yeah, Rex has been chilling up here by himself, just with him and his dog for a week now, off and on, without being spotted. And if you hang out here, it's good cover. They haven't noticed you all. Your stag is kind
Yep.
of big, so as long as it doesn't do anything ridiculous, you should be good.
Right. Rex, you ever watch these guys' bedtime routine? Does one of them keep watch? What do they do?
Yep, there's always one of them awake. Usually they'll have a little fire set that they'll keep burning throughout the night.
All right. Thank you, Rex. You've helped us a ton. May Loomis be with you.
Okay. So we wait until nighttime.
I think so.
All right. Let's get a little fire going for these suckers.
I do have one of the worst animals possible for like guerrilla warfare.
That's
fucking
true.
Sneak attack tactics, but
Yeah. You know, maybe one day you will decide that
nope.
it's
I
not
want to lose
important.
all of my XP. Yeah,
No, that you just attack during the day.
true.
All right. We're gonna put you down here. Actually, we're gonna change this and let you decide where it is you want to come in from.
Cool.
Because you can see this whole map. And you'll be approaching from one side. You could approach from the very top area. You could approach down from this ledge. You could approach from the back side. I don't know how you want to do it, but climbing up these cliffs will be perhaps somewhat difficult. Rex will point out to you that the easiest, quietest path is sort of coming this way. Because if you want to get down to this level, like this is the easiest way to get to this
you-
level. Oh,
Are you
I
marking on the map because I don't see.
I've turned it
Yeah,
off
I
to do
don't.
secrets earlier. Here we go. How about this?
There we go.
Yeah, coming this way, because right here is the quietest, easiest, like it's not even a proper cliff. You can just kind of skedaddle down, or you can just jump down on top of them because this is where they spend their nights.
Yeah, how
Um,
tall are those like cliff sides?
Yeah, these ones here are about 10 feet. These ones right here are about 5 feet. This is, like 5 feet, 4 feet right here, and like 10 feet over here.
Gotcha.
This is like 20. This is like 10. This is like 10.
Jeffrey can jump down 10 feet, no problem, right?
Deer can leap 8 feet. That mean they can jump down 10 feet? Why not? Yeah, why not?
Okay, because I'm wondering if maybe a good position would be. I relay this plan to the party. Approaching from. We were drawing like a little battle plan in the sand here or something. Approaching from here, and having Jeffrey leap down from here for a flank attack.
And I can remain from the high ground.
Right. I could too, actually, with my ranged attacks. But actually, I wonder, what if we have Jeffrey actually come in from here? Chaos, right? There's a mad elk attacking us. They're focused on that. They expose their backs. We come from the backside, and we can use our ranged attacks from here.
Don't you think they'll hear the elk moving when it's just, 20 feet away from them up on the cliffside?
I feel like, okay, this is. I feel like deer and elk are really quiet when they walk, like by design.
Mm-hmm.
No?
They are pretty quiet creatures.
Yeah.
There is a chance, and if he gets discovered, he is fast. He can stampede in and down.
Yeah. Also, he's an elk, right? Like it's
Why would
doesn't
they
mean
care?
that they'll. Yeah, exactly. I think that's actually much better because if anything, it would even serve as maybe a distraction or something. And then the moment he's in position and we're in position, we can have the trap snap. The question is, Iskar, you don't have any ways of attacking from range, and you probably can't easily jump down these cliffs.
Yeah, just kind of standard ground travel.
Yeah. We could probably have what's the name of your snake again?
Hethys.
Hethys. We could probably have Hethys travel this down undetected pretty easily too, maybe towards like here somewhere, right?
Does Hethys have the ability to burrow and travel underground?
No.
Is that something that no? Okay.
Nope.
But I feel like she could probably like slither down here or something.
Yeah.
Get her in position that way.
That's probably the most realistic way to do it. That's relatively
Yeah.
safe. Yeah.
I guess the cool thing is that like she can kind of lay hidden and only really attack if she needs to, right? There's like no reason for her to like expose herself. I guess the only question is how are we gonna get you into the fight if it's necessary. Let me check my spell list. But I think Feather Falling is a different campaign. I don't even think that's a cleric spell, right?
In 5e, it might be.
Not true.
But it would be a first level spell. And I don't see it on your list.
No.
Do note as you approach, were I the songless, I would lay traps in the most obvious line of approach.
Right. That's true. I do have. I guess I don't have it prepped, right? Because I put a dot everywhere I prepped something. If I wanted to prep a different spell, we'd have to come back tomorrow, right?
We just hand waved a week of time, so you can prep your spell
Right.
list as you please right now.
Okay. Because I do have find traps. How does that spell work? Never seen that spell before, I think. Is the presence of any trap within range? That is, range is 120 feet. Where's my measuring? That should cover a lot if I cast it from here. Damn, I actually have so many fucking tools.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be kind of crazy, man. This rules.
Okay,
'Cause-
why don't we... I need to go grab something downstairs real
sure.
quick. So why don't you take a look at your spells while I go do this? So sorry for the break.
So I think I'm good on which spells I have prepared. Wait, we said there was like level 1 spells that we said I just always have prepared, right?
The Burning Hands, Fairy Fire, Flaming Sphere, and Scorching Ray. The top 2 spells on both of your lists you always have memorized.
Okay, and then I can pick additionally.
You can do your level plus your wisdom modifier.
Gotcha. So that's wait, what fucking level am I even in this campaign? It's been so long.
You level 3 with 2 wisdom modifiers, so you can prepare 5 additional spells.
Holy fucking shit! Wait a minute.
Is that right?
That sounds like a lot. Yeah. Wait. How many spells is it?
Oh yeah, it is your wisdom mod plus your level,
Okay.
so 5 plus
Gotcha.
the 2 first and 2 second levels that are at the top.
Gotcha. Okay, let me just put in everything that I prepared then. So this, Jesus Christ. Okay, so healing word, and then give me guiding bolt. Obviously, give me sanctuary. Give me cure wounds. And then I have one more. Holy fuck.
You do have a special version of Warding Bond, which is significantly stronger than your standard Warding Bond, I believe.
That's a level 2 spell, right?
Yes.
Yes. Once your bonded beast until the spell ends, 60 feet of you. Gains a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws, and it has resistance to all damage. What does resistance mean?
Takes half
Oh my.
damage.
Holy fuck.
Have that up at all times
Okay.
when we're going to
Last
go into
1
combat.
hour. Yeah, that should be prepped.
Well, also, each time your beast takes damage, you take the same amount. So you give your creature resistance to damage, but then you take some of that damage.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. Oh, I don't
So
know
the
if this
total
actually
amount of
got
damage-
adjusted here.
Total
Oh.
amount of damage taken is the same, right?
Well, the damage rounds down on halves,
Yeah.
so there's a little
Okay.
bit. There was a typo here. This is supposed to be bi-directional, so you both gain resistance to damage, but then whenever one of you takes damage, the other one takes half of it as well. Let me adjust. I didn't finish changing it.
Okay.
Is it half of the resisted damage or the original damage?
Each time you take damage, your beast will take the same amount of damage. So
So that's very good then.
Yeah. It basically just splits the damage that one of them takes through both of them, if I'm reading this right? Okay.
yes.
Okay. I don't know if I want to have that up at all times. I still only have 9 HP.
Ah, yes, because your resistance wouldn't apply to the elk. So, like, the elk takes 8, it wouldn't be the elk takes 4, you take 2. You would both take 4. It would ignore the resistance that you have to that damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
never mind then.
In fact, I'm probably not even gonna prep that. Instead, so I have aid, find traps, silence, spiritual weapon, and then probably, I don't know, old person. That sounds good. That sounds really good for what we're doing, actually. Annoyed within range. Wisdom saving throw. Okay. And then, yeah, for level 1, cure wounds, guiding bolt, healing word, sanctuary, and probably less. Actually, I should probably get something utility. Give me like.
Less blesses utility is like the best.
Yeah, true. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, I got my spells ready. The plan is simple. We and I'm just laying this out one more time, and you guys can agree, disagree, whatever, and give notes. We should position somewhere around here, hidden, right? First thing I'll do is try to. How far is this? Okay. Yeah, somewhere around that tree. And first thing I'll do is cast Find Traps to make sure there's no traps in the 120-foot radius around me. Right? That's how it works, basically. It's like a... It's like a scan.
So physics, come back in now.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. The plan is we hang out around here. I cast Find Traps, and we send Jeffrey. I'm just an elk. I'm just a regular old elk. I'm just an elk walking around here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, what is that?
Are you actually doing that? Or no?
No. I'm
Okay.
I'm moving a rock in the map that we've drawn in the sand right now. Do. Oh wow, what is this? It's an encampment with songless. They're disgusting and they smell really bad. And the moment that he is noticed by them, I have him attack, and we fire range attacks during all of this. Hethys, if she can, I'm not really sure with the terrain and stuff like that, attempts to like slither down here to be in another flanking position. And we'll have them basically surrounded.
Oh, Hethys has 8 HP now. Okay, so it's not an insta kill on the first
feel when
damage.
you have 1 more HP than the fucking snake, man. God damn.
Does it feel to know I have double your HP?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'm going to
Yeah,
turn
that's the.
us back to
that's the plan.
nighttime.
Everybody agree?
I'll be approaching from the top here, going downwards.
Cool. Okay.
Important note, do we see as the sun starts to set, at what point do we lose sight of the songless? Because obviously it's going to get dark. Do they go to camp before we lose sight of them? Or like, is it goes dark, we lose sight of them, and we're sort of blind for a bit?
No, they begin to make camp, set it up properly, get a fire going well before the sun fully sets. And then as the sun goes down, they have their meals, they take their bathroom breaks. Someone goes down to the nearby creek to get some water, brings it back up. You can see the larger, scarier, more imposing, fancier one goes to the northernmost tent. And then another one goes to the southernmost tent. And the third stays on watch by the fire right here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So now we're here. Now we're going to sneak up on our prey. And we're just going to trim their claws while they're asleep. You know, just
Exactly.
Chop,
Just
chop,
a little
chop.
bit of trimming. Yeah, I want to position somewhere here behind this tree. And first thing I want to do, while everyone's still like in range of me being able to talk and stuff like that, I want to use detect traps. Find traps. I mean, I'm closing my character sheet. Hold on. There's the pop-out button here.
Gray is going to, as the party's doing this, Gray is going to go to the northern side and he's going to split off and he's going to sort of sit at this tree inside of this songless. And he knows what his duty is. He has chosen to it. He's going to draw an arrow and he's just going to have it ready on this songless. And if it shows any sign of being aware of us, like a startled Koibu, he's going to fire that shot right away.
You're going to need to get either into a tree much closer because they're just below this cliff edge right here, which makes it super hard to see when you're back away from the cliff, or
From
out.
here?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at this guy up here. No. Never mind. You're fine. Yeah, you can definitely see this guy. You could easily see this tent. This tent is not visible to you, but these two are. Okay. I was looking northward. I was looking at Iskar. My mistake. Iskar, what are you up to?
I have to figure out how I'm gonna approach after the distraction. I mean, they're like ideally once Jeffrey has their attention, their backs would be to me, right?
Presumably.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe, yeah.
So I think my best play is to let that play out and see what the result is. See if Jeffrey pulls it off, and then from there I can decide if I want to move in, how I want to approach.
How close do you want to be? Because you have not the most movement in the world. Oh, it's 35. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So if you're
this
hanging
is
out,
like this right here is like a ridge, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
right along here.
Ideally, I would move in a little closer to wait, to a safe spot where they won't detect me, and then let the distraction play out.
Do you want to be waiting at like the top of the ridge so you have a good view of everything?
Somewhere where I have relatively quick access when I'm ready to act. Yeah, I think right there at the ridge is perfect.
And Hethys is with you or elsewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Hethys is with me.
Perfect. All right, so this is the starting position that we can be in, and it looks like Mithra is hanging back.
Mithra is going to be sort of doing the thing where they stay at the top of the tree and just perch and always watch.
Keep an eye out for something coming along. Who knows? Maybe a Displacer Beast will join the middle of the fight. Scarier things have happened.
All right. I can also ready fire. I think we've had this conversation before, but I forgot. Can I ready firing a spell?
If it is, it can only be held for one round, and then the spell has to either fizzle or be released.
Right. Yeah, I remember. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, yeah. What is my find traps spell?
Yeah.
Find.
You find no traps, not within 120 feet
Cool.
of you. Right? It's any
Yep.
trap that's within line of sight and 120 feet. So seems trapless.
I give them the signal that, you know, there's no traps, and especially that, you know, Jeffrey can start walking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just have
Alright.
him. I'll just have him move here, and you'll tell me when something significant changes.
Absolutely. Would you have Jeffrey make a stealth check, which is going to be a
Stealth check.
dex check for us, please?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's not great.
Oof.
Some might even call it bad.
I should have blessed him.
Yeah. As Jeffrey is walking along this area, you can see from your positions that this songless has definitely heard the sound of a large creature above it.
I fire instantly.
And turns around to look towards Jeffrey as the arrow whizzes through the air at advantage.
All right. Certainly surprised, right? I've been waiting for this.
Yeah. 100%
Okay.
surprise.
If this hits him, he's going to get absolutely deleted. Advantage +4. Please, game.
13,
There's a 13 hit.
is exactly the number you needed to hit.
Oh, nice.
All right, big damage incoming.
Huge.
And for those wondering why it shows a crown of 13, with the auto crit surprise from Assassin, I just made it so that it's a crit and a 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yes.
just click this button.
So that is regular damage plus sneak attack damage and extra regular damage and extra sneak attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing 3 sets of damage here. Is it all 3?
So it's what it's doing is
You
yeah.
do 2d6
it's,
for sneak attack. Got it.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
So
we're-
total, I do 66 plus 2, something like that.
Holy fucking shit.
Yes. 4 plus 2 plus
That's
3 plus 6 plus
disgusting.
6 plus 3 is 24
Insane.
points of damage. The arrow pierces through the neck of the songless, who immediately dies and just slumps to the ground and is no more.
Any reaction from the sleeping songless?
Does that mean you're going to sit quietly for a few minutes to see what happens before making a decision?
No, it mean like 5 seconds.
1 round, nothing happens.
Okay. Kind of didn't talk about what we would do now. Okay. Light of Alabaster is going to take initiative and
Imagine
signal.
Jeffrey's still doing what Jeffrey was going to do to begin with, right?
Yeah. Jeffrey's just going down, and Light of Alabaster is gonna signal us to go down, go in. Maybe as soon as the elk is in position, as in like kind of has this like choke point here covered. I feel like
I'm
here
at-
is good.
Okay.
I imagine it'll take me a full round to get down like this, to be careful about it, probably.
Yeah, if you're trying not to make any noise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to be doing during that time.
Okay. I think we should climb down.
Ray nods, draws his
Okay.
bow, knocks it, and stands right here, ready to fire again.
Okay. I think actually I should stay, and Iskar should climb down, and we can cover you from here. And Jeffrey's gonna have your back as well.
It's safe to climb down, right? It's not too
Yeah.
high up. Yeah.
And,
I don't know what that means. It's safe as long as you pass your checks. If you fail your checks,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not safe.
Theoretically safe.
Yeah, you'll
I'll
take falling
bless-
damage if you fail your checks.
I'll
Well, it's
bless
only
you before you
1d6.
climb down. Like so.
3 creatures of your choice. Are you choosing the 3
Yes,
of you?
I'll bless Iskar, Jeffrey, and Ray.
Jeffrey, unfortunately, is too far away.
Fuck. Then it's us 3.
Ray's
And
knocking an arrow,
basically-
same thing.
You know, basically, Jeffrey's role here is as soon as if someone comes running out of that tent, right,
Mm-hmm.
into the darkness trying to flee, he's to charge that motherfucker as hard as he can back to where he came from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jeffrey has the training of an excellently trained dog, the intelligence of an excellently trained dog, which understands these are the enemy, and it's my job to get really close and quiet. And if I see them, well, I'm just gonna fuck them up. Yeah, Jeffrey gets that. So the party waits, or Jeffrey waits, while the 3 of you are you gonna scale down this cliff?
I think I'm gonna stay up here.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Gray, right?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go down there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the idea is kill the other. The question is, are we going to be able to identify them when they're sleeping? Are they going to be wearing their garments? Who is the important one and who isn't?
You've already cast Bless. Minutes. There's
Yeah,
only
yeah,
1
yeah.
minute on the spell. The time is
Right, right.
ticking.
Okay, yeah. Iskar, just climb down. If you think
Yep.
you see the non-important one, just slit their throat or whatever. And if it's the important one, yeah, I think priority is eliminate the non-important one.
The non-important one, yep. All right, I'm going down.
All right. Give me an athletics or acrobatics check. Each of you that wants to climb down. I'm going to put us in combat rounds so we know how long Bless goes.
I think it's just Iskar climbing.
Okay, so you said athletics.
Acrobatics or athletics. Yeah, your choice.
You want us to roll initiative?
You're all in the initiative order.
Perfect.
Do I need to roll again to be after your initiative roll there?
No.
Okay.
We're just going to go, you're here. Perfect. The initiative is in the correct order. Bless will continually count down. Iskar, make your athletics or... Oh, you did. 16. Excellent
yeah.
roll. Okay, I just missed it while I was playing with initiatives. You can
Okay.
scamper down this cliffside without any problem. Your weapon held in your teeth or tucked in a waistband, or if you're extremely careful, clenched between your butt cheeks as you make your way down. Hethys comes with you, I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we move together here.
Hethys can make a dex check at advantage because, laying body, not legs. Easy to climb cliffs. At least easy to climb down. Ooh, roll it again. Is that advantage? Ooh, Hethys is going to botch their climb. Something goes wrong as they slither down the cliffside, because Hethys has +3, so these are 2 bad rolls. A rock or an outcropping that was supposed to be solid breaks underneath the snake. Give me a D100 to see what percentage of the way through the climb they were when it broke, to see if they're going to take falling damage or if it's just a nice quiet fall.
Should have blessed the fucking snake, man.
87% of the way through. Okay. They fall the remaining 2 or 3 feet. No damage on the snake. And with the rocks tumbling nearby, just a couple of tiny rocks, no one wakes up immediately. Brave Morning Mist, you just ready to shoot?
Absolutely. He's sitting there, arrow notched, string
Okay.
drawn.
White of Alabaster, your turn.
Yep, I'm just waiting, and as soon as something moves out of the tent or whatever, as soon as combat starts, I'll start casting spells.
Iskar Green, your turn. It's all up to you, Iskar.
Alright.
Going.
We probably should have before this observed who went into which tent, but I think it's a little bit too late for that.
You did.
Yeah,
We talked about
Oh, we
the
did?
fancier
Oh, we
guy
did,
goes into the
okay.
green, and the two subordinates go into the orange tents.
Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah, then Iskar should actually know where to go.
Yeah, so I'm going for the farther tent then, yeah, because
That's
yeah.
you're on your own. You got to
Yeah.
make decisions. If you forgot, you've got to figure it out now.
I'm gonna move into the yellow tent at the very bottom.
Perfect. 30 feet to get here, 35 feet to get to the edge of the tent. You can peer into the tent, and sure enough, there is a sleeping songless there. You are just one square out of range of them, however, so you cannot make an attack this round. But you could get one step closer, crawl into the tent. The tent is a very low lean-to. You might be able to stand up, but these larger creatures wouldn't be able to stand in them at all.
Yeah, so I'll move in that extra little bit there to get me in position.
Okay. Well, that's the end of the round. Hethys comes with you or stays back?
I'll bring in Hethys with me.
Right. Gray waits. Bless ticks down a little bit more. Alabaster waits. Iskar's turn comes along. There's the sleeping songless. Their metal skin off to the side, the shield down, the weapon out and ready, but in its scabbard, but put in an easy to get to space. Sleeping soundly. He makes pig grunting noises. What do you do, Iskar?
I'm gonna take him out. So in this situation, since he's sleeping, there's no like special actions or anything I can take, right? Like it would just be my usual whatever attacks I decide to use.
Yes, but since he is incapacitated, any hit that you succeed while next to him is a critical hit. And additionally, because he's sleeping, he does not get any dexterity bonuses AC bonuses for high dexterity or shields or anything like that. So it's just, AC 10 person laying here, and you have advantage because he's asleep. And yeah, it'll be easy. All you got to do is roll a 10 on an attack roll that you have advantage on.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if I even need to use my flurry of blows. I mean, I have 2 of them, right? Because we're coming off of long rest, so I've got 2. Because I want to make sure I have 1 banked for the leader if I potentially need it for that situation.
You can make your attack, see how it resolves, and then declare the flurry afterwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think that's the safest.
Pull out that dagger and give me 2 attack rolls, buddy. A 13 and a 9. The 13 will absolutely hit. You will do double damage. Roll the damage off your dagger, or roll 2d4 plus 2, please, for damage.
Are you not blessed?
He is
yeah, do I
blessed.
still have the blessing from the prior turn?
Yes, but it doesn't increase your damage.
Oh, gotcha.
No,
It
but
only-
it would make the 9 hit, right?
This was an attack at advantage.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm chatting. I'm Twitch chat right now.
Yeah, that's fine. It happens. Your 7 damage. Let's take a look at this guy right here. Whoops. Is more than enough to kill this guy in his sleep.
Damn.
You plunge the dagger
go.
through him. It comes out cleanly. There is like you didn't do enough damage. Like when Gray of Morning Mist killed this person with like 27 damage or whatever it was. That brought him well below his negative max instantly, and that guy was just dead.
Head exploded. Yeah.
Yeah. This guy is dead, but it's like waking up with the dagger in your throat and trying to yell and scream and like slashing around with your arms, and like blood is oozing out and gurgling. And I'm going to give the one remaining person a check. Or I'm going to give this guy a check to see if he can make enough noise to meet this guy's passive perception or whatever, just to see if someone wakes up while his friend is dying in a nearby tent. And that's going to be I think that's going to be a wisdom willpower check or a con check, just to see if you can hold on and thrash about with your dying death throws. Can you? This guy needs to do a... well, let's just see what his con check is. It's a natural 20. This guy definitely, like, maybe he knocks something over and his sword falls off of a position, or maybe the tent begins to collapse. Maybe he breaks like a clay jar that was next to him that was carrying some of his drink. But there is enough noise in his death throes that you're pretty certain anybody in the area was going to wake up to. And so I'm definitely going to roll initiative for this other person now. Yeah, we're just going to do it like that. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Iskar, you've finished an attack. You still have movement. And if you flurry of blows, you can take more attacks, technically.
Okay, so Boss Man is definitely awake now.
Well, he could roll a natural 1 on his perception check.
He could.
But I'm rolling that in secret. You should expect him to be awake.
Yeah, I need to rush over to Boss Man and immediately, because I think the main priority we discussed, right, was not letting him get away. You know, like, yeah, capture is nice, but priority number 1 is not let them get away. If it means killing them, it is what it is. So I have to rush over and act.
You rush over. It only takes 25 feet of movement to get there. And
I'll use the flurry of blows, because that'll allow me to use another right.
There you go. Okay, flurry of blows. Go for it.
And with the flurry, I would just attack twice here, right?
Yeah,
I would attack once, and then it'd be an unarmed for the second one.
To make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. Yeah, so just as a bonus action, you make 2 attacks, and they're both unarmed strikes. And you will find the other person, as you're approaching this tent, is in there, and he's waking up, but he is still prone. I don't know if he's quite incapacitated. Let me double check the 5e status conditions, because he's awake. But what does that really mean for us? Grappled, can't take actions or reactions. Well, he's still waking up. So I think he is leaving incapacitation, but his turn hasn't come along yet. So yeah, he's still incapacitated.
So I would
Actually,
get any bonuses from that still.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, he's still unconscious is really what we're doing here. So you will crit him as he is waking.
So 2 unarmed strikes.
At advantage. Hit. And the next set of 2. Also a hit. So that is going to be 4d4 plus 4 damage total to this guy.
Holy.
What was it again?
4d4 plus 4.
Ooh.
Beautiful 12 points of damage.
Okay.
You pummel this guy's throat as he's beginning to wake up. And
Did you just do all this in one round?
yeah.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Flurry of
Surprise.
blows is crazy.
Yeah.
Like the other guy got killed as well, right? So
Yeah.
Party's
did a
doing
total of like 20 damage there as well, yeah.
now this guy's still in his tent. He's not out of it yet. So Gray of Morning Mist, it is your turn. You can see Iskar going in that tent and beating things with his hands, but you can't see the big guy come out yet.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna stay here and keep my bow down, and I will say, retreat outside. And I'll just tell Iskar to step outside so that I can have a shot at him, and that's my turn. And I'll just ready my action to shoot him again.
All right. The big guy grabs his stuff, crawls out of the tent, gets to his feet. Did you say you had a ready shot?
Oh, is he out of the tent?
Yeah, he gets out of the tent with his sword.
Absolutely. Advantage or no?
He is not seeing you. He's
Okay.
Yes, you are attacking from a hidden position.
Oh, I forgot to add my bless.
Wow, that's still a lovely hit with a 21, and you will do 9 points of damage. Assassinate only works against people who haven't had a turn yet in combat, right?
It's specifically surprise, not just haven't had a turn, right? So.
Got it. All right. Chieftain gets out, takes the arrow from behind, gets to his feet, pulls his sword out, and I think he's going to make an attack against Iskar. Now, Iskar is actually still in the tent, which makes it so hard to see him. So this is attack going to be at disadvantage. As
One moment, that only rolled 1d6. Let me add another one for sneak attack.
Oh, yeah. Another -2. Okay. So this attack that this guy's making is at disadvantage. However, he does have multi-attack. Absolutely. So he's going to make 2 attacks, each of them at disadvantage against Iskar. The first attack, whap, is a 6, which is no good. The second attack, as the greatsword comes down into the tent, blindly trying to beat this Toman to death, is a 16, hitting home, doing 10 points of slashing damage to Iskar. Almost killing him in one blow. Bless ticks down once more, and Alabaster, your turn begins.
Okay. We talked about like abducting this guy and shit like that. Do we actually have any rope, any ways of like finding this guy? Because I have shit on my character sheet. I don't know if you guys have anything, but did we talk about this?
That's a great question.
Because like, how were we gonna do that? Because I could, in theory, I could hold person this guy, and we can maybe, but I don't think we have any means of restraining
We don't have
him.
tools. Yeah, we don't. I don't think we have any restraining
So,
tools. I
think
know.
this guy is always dying. Yeah, I cast. I cast guiding bolt at him.
Excellent. Beautiful shot. I do actually believe you also have advantage. You are firing unseen from up on top of this ledge. He's not aware of you, so please make me a second roll, just in case you roll a natural 20. It's unlikely, but we should always account for it. And roll me that guiding bolt damage. 14. Almost bringing him down. And you now ring him in some bright lights that may cause the next person to attack him to attack at advantage, right?
Yep. AKA the next person to attack him, AKA Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, here you go, buddy.
I think this is actually also the perfect distance for him to ram here.
He's 45 feet of movement to get there. That's a charge.
Yep. Boom.
9 to hit, but he's got advantage, so roll it again.
Boom.
There you go. Roll that damage on the charge, and then also just take an extra 2d6 from the...
So this is 7 from the ram, and then an extra 2d6 on top of that. 7 plus 8, 15.
15, and down the creature goes, having only gotten up and thrashed on his tent before immediately being brought low by the elk, the archer, cleric, and the man who fisted his throat.
Yep.
The night was quiet.
That was quick, efficient. I think me and I'm gonna attempt to climb down.
Yeah. You can take the long way for safety, or you can climb down with a check.
Yeah, I'll just take the long way.
All right. Well, once again, in the night, you've attacked your unprepared foes, and you have it's been a one-sided battle. It's just been a complete slaughter. These guys lie dead at your feet, holes all through them, bruises everywhere, antlers and horse hooves or elk hooves stamped across their bodies. This is a highly effective strategy our party has come by.
I like it. Great job, everyone. We should try to remain quiet still, but I think we got them all. So
I'll maintain a watch as you explore the camp, investigate the camp.
Iskar, are you okay?
I'm wounded, but I'll be okay. I'm just happy that the operation was clean and successful. I live to see another day.
Yeah, just in case you seem pretty fucked up, I'll cast a Cure Wounds on you. There should be 7 healing for you, right? Yep. Cool. Okay, we should take what seems valuable. And then most importantly, this guy seems important. We should leave a message that we killed him. We should take his important looking cloak. And I was trying to think how to.
Can I get an intelligence check from the two of you who are down here right now? Actually, probably it shouldn't be intelligence. It should be investigate, please.
Yep.
Ooh, 19 from Moxi. Moxi, you notice something on this guy, on his the cloth that he wears over the front of him, that his armor that sits on top of his armor. There are 5 dots, red dots placed across this multicolored shirt or piece of cloth that he's wearing. And these dots are sort of interesting. Like a lot of these, there's stripes and dots and bars and all sorts of figures on these. But this specific 5 dots in this shape across this one patch of diamond shaped blue cloth underneath it reminds you of something you saw at the northern anchor. I'm going to take us back to this map. Do you remember when we were over here and we approached from the south side of this map and we fought our way up and over, and there was this camp up here that had different sorts of people, and you didn't attack, but you watched as there was all these fighters and these warriors going on. This tent up here, as you explored all this stuff and looted all this stuff, this tent up here had those 5 dots on something, on the canvas flaps that were to the entrance of that tent.
On this, the hill here in that camp, there was some sort of, it was like a pylon structure, right? And it was gone the next day? Am I remembering that right?
That's right. Yeah. That same pylon structure you saw during the daytime at this current place. That pylon is the anchor, and it's up here on this hilltop.
I remember these symbols. We saw this in the camp where they took the pylon.
Right.
There's some significance here. But what are they doing with it? What does it mean?
It must be related to it somehow, but what do we do with this information? Yeah, I kind of just want to search everything, the tents and bodies and all that, for anything that seems useful, valuable.
Weapons, rope, rations, food, little bits of shiny metal, bags, clothing.
Wait, do these creatures look like they're tokens?
Not exactly. No.
Okay.
I mean, yes and no. They're big, they're hairy, they're ugly, but I'm just using the best tokens that I can find for the situation. Do you have
I was just wondering.
Specific?
Yeah, it was. When we compare it to the guy with the beard, While all songless are like big and hairy,
Mm-hmm.
things like different sized ears, etc. That's like a different type. That's a different race. That's a different actual.
Right.
And I think I think we would probably, even if we categorize the songless all together, we could probably recognize different race, right?
Yeah, these all appear to be the same species.
Okay.
Yes. Good
Gray
question.
is up above, and he will look down toward, because he's still sort of like scanning. Mithra is doing the circles. He's vigilant. He says, we've always been under a operating theory that the songless were more of a swarm, but that they weren't a single people. Perhaps those dots signify that there is more unity among them than we thought. For we saw that symbol to the north and to the south as well.
That's correct, yeah. Definitely implies that they're all working together.
Or it may simply be something unique to their people, but
And for all we know, yeah, no, I suppose that makes sense. It seems to be only decorative. I don't think there's any function to it, right? There's no reason that two different peoples should be using that same symbol.
How can we go about finding the meaning of this symbol? There has to be some meaning. If they're coordinating with this symbol, it has some significance to them.
Yeah, I wonder. We should make sure that they know that when somebody finds them here, that we can leave these as a warning. We should think of some symbol that we can leave for them so that they know that the Tomen have struck back and that this wasn't much in the same way that we know that these are connected to the other groups of songless. We have to make sure that they know that this was done by the same people that struck up north. Agree?
Agree.
I have an idea.
Tell me about it.
Well, we'll take what we can to investigate. So we can load up Jeffrey with these oddities, these weapons, that strange length of sinew. He's pointing towards the rope, the large sinew. I wonder what kind of large animal that came from. And do they have spears or swords?
Swords.
Okay.
For the hide, I feel like we should have we tried investigating with some sort of check if we can recognize what animal this comes in? This feels like something in our wheelhouse.
Yeah, the hides you should be able to tell what animal they are. Not a problem. So the big creature, big not in size but in like importance, is wearing metal armor. The smaller ones are wearing some sort of like cow hide or oxen hide, but it's weird. It's not as soft as you would expect. It's somehow they've taken like skin and turned skin into a sturdy, bulky, non-bending, non-moving like sheet of material, which is bizarre. It's must be some sort of like weird dark ritual that takes a living creature and stiffens it, some sort of like petrification type spell. What other hides are you interested in?
What was the big hide that you mentioned, KTZ?
Big hide? Oh, he was pointing towards rope and said that sinew must have come from a very large animal.
Oh, I understand. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because we don't have rope, do we?
No.
The sinew seems pretty useful. I think we should take it. I think it could be used for all sorts of things, really. We should definitely take it with us.
Mhm.
And I also think that bringing these things back to Crocodipolis will, win people over to our cause if we can bring useful loot from these trimmings.
I have an idea in the meantime. Gray is going to. So this symbol, the 5 dots, it's on. What did you say it was on? It's on sort of like the garments of the leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the garments that are worn over the armor.
Gotcha.
On the front.
I'm just going to refer to tabard, even though Gray doesn't know what that is, right?
Right.
He's going to look at the tabard and probably take a scrap of the canvas from the cloth, and he's going to try and replicate that symbol. And the way he's going to replicate it is with the blood of the songless. He's going to use that, and he's going to draw that same symbol on the canvas of the cloth. He is going to sort of make that symbol there.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's going to behead all of them.
Mm-hmm. Like you do.
And he's going to, with their own weapons, impale their heads sort of like on a triangle of that symbol. And he's going to place, this is going to take a while, obviously. I'm describing things that'll take like a long time. Beheading a head isn't like something you do just casually, and making the symbol. And we are going to leave that over by the pylon, like right in front of it. The anchor point is we want a scrap of canvas from the cloth. We're going to use the blood of the songus to make the same symbol we have on his tabard. And we're going to behead them and impale them with their own weapons and sort of put them on. You said it's like 5 dots, so we don't have 5 songless heads, sadly. But we'll just have it on the points. But it's a pretty clear message, I think.
All right.
Love it.
It's beautiful. That is poetic.
Yep.
I will. That's what he's going to be doing. Something may happen into that time. I do have a little bit of small flavor to add to that, but that's just me describing how he's going to spend this time for now.
Yeah. Nothing will interrupt you this evening as you do this. I am just
When
Go ahead.
When Gray first killed the songless all those episodes ago, he felt that his hands were bloodied, and it's something that, to emphasize, killing a life of a sentient being is not something that you just shrug off. And when they started, he was an inexperienced, almost a kid. As they've gone through their little adventures, he's realized he was basically just a punk on the Toman version of a punk on the outskirts of society. Not really doing anything, no direction, just angry. The thing that he appreciates about his interactions with his 2 companions and White of Alabastar's father is he realizes that there is a way of life worth preserving. It's important, and he feels a sense of duty now. He doesn't like killing the songless. He's realized that killing makes him, he's still sort of, as once the battle ends and he's doing this beheading, he feels dirty. He doesn't like killing. But the act of it, the duty, knowing that this in some small part is protecting something important to their people, he feels a sense of comfort in that. Purpose, at least.
I have doodled for you here what this blue triangle, or not triangle, diamond with the 5 dots on it looks like for you. Just in case it was needed.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yes, I know. It's the greatest doodle you've ever seen. So we know how Gray of Morning Mist feels about all of this. What about our dearly beloved Iskar Green? You killed someone in their sleep and then beat the living snot out of someone who then almost murdered you with their giant sword. This time you were the first one to creep up on the enemy and handle them. Is that feeling like what you always wanted? I think in the last few battles, you've struggled to get up and close enough, fast enough.
Yeah, I think Iskar is continuing to have that kind of internal struggle, and it's actually getting worse because this is the second time now that Iskar was severely injured, has taken life, and I think this time, earlier when Alabaster was, asking if Iskar was okay, he kind of tried to play it off, like, oh yeah, no, I'll be fine, I'm okay, but inside, Iskar was definitely kind of freaking out a little bit. So I think Iskar is just experiencing an extreme sense of kind of paranoia and just uncertainty about everything. It's almost like a, what am I doing here? Like, I don't know if I'm built for this like I thought I was.
A little bit of self-doubt creeping in.
Yeah, exactly.
And what about you, Alabaster? You've come to this decision that this is what must be done. And once again, you are here with your hands metaphorically bloody and the enemy dead before you. Are you still doing the right thing?
Yeah, I think that Alabaster has a quite deeply instilled hatred towards these people.
Nice.
I think that there is just so much talk of the trimming of the claws and this detomanization of the enemy from a very young age, from a leading position above him, that obviously this is thrilling to him because he's never been in battle like this before and killed. I think maybe it's also different for him. It's interesting because Iskar literally did it with his hands, he
stabbed and punched.
Yeah. But I think if White of Alabaster did that, I think maybe something would break there that would allow for more introspection. But because he's literally casting a bolt and having, Jeffrey do the deed for him, he's able to kind of set those moral things that might come up aside because it's just not as visceral. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
you're
even
not in
during
it.
yeah, and maybe even during the beheading, he maybe even not consciously but turns away from it, and kind of doesn't see the exact details of what's going on.
Excellent. Well, it's all over and done with. Red and Hamilton, I'm sorry, Rex of Red and Hamilton will show up fairly soon, help you carry away any supplies and bring them back to Crocodipolis. It'll take a couple days to get back to Crocodipolis. Not a problem. Yeah.
I think they should help us. I actually think Rex should help us carry some amount of the things some distance closer, but then return to watch with the instructions. And Gray will tell him that I wish to observe how they respond to what has occurred. But at any sight of them starting to venture deeper, flee. Err on the side of caution. We can move these things some distance to where you can help us, and then we can return for the rest of them. And you can, and once we'll make a sort of cache spot, right? So what we can't carry all the way back, we'll come back and get that. But this basically allows him to go back immediately
right.
to keep. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, well, 3 days later, the party has hauled what they can back to Crocodipolis, where they can rest, where they can talk with other towmen, where you can sort of await your next set of time, your next mission, your next impetus to act. Is there anything on the big strategic layer? We're not quite hunting down the enemy in their home. We're sort of waiting for them to come to us, waiting for clues to establish. We can skip time, lots and lots of time, because you've got agents sort of working. What do you want to do? Do you want to skip some time? Do you want to set out on something specific? Do you want to wait for a specific response? What's the top level goal now?
At the very
you
can
go for it.
At the very first, we want to see how they respond to the message we left. So we'll go and get the things, and after that, I think we come together and we assess and we discuss what that long-term plan is. So we want to see how they respond to us. Is this another? Because in the past, I remember in the history of the Tomen, they had left the spikes near their near one of their villages, right? And that sort of had them. They had left offerings or something, some sort of strange offering. And that when that happened, there was a fair amount of peace after that for a while. Not permanent. So we want to see how they respond to this first.
Excellent. Love it. So we're going to be doing just a little bit of time skipping here while we wait for a response. And this is how it's going to go. You're going to get a message from Rex of Red. Not from Rex of Red. From your agents who are out in the field sort of looking for enemy encampments that might have encroached into your woods. And they're going to say that they have seen an armed group very similar to the 3 that were supposed to have left come up the river and then like go for the mountain, but the mountain is like right at the apex. It's the edge of the boundary, and they'll accidentally like wander into the boundaried area and then get turned out and then like come back. And it looks like they're trying to find their way somewhere, but they're getting like confused and then they can't find the same spot that they were. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I just no, don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, the enemy, these songless, these monsters, you're getting the impression from Rex of Red and the other scouts that they're trying to get back to the mountain, but they can't find it because it's technically within the barrier. And every time they start going in that direction, they just sort of get their perception all muddled and end up in the wrong spot. And that's what happens in the first 2 weeks. I should say, sorry, the first week after the battle, you get this report that 3 of these songless are trying to get to the mountain, or at least it looks like they're trying to get to the mountain, and they can't get there.
If that's the case, as soon as we hear that, so they can't get back to the anchor point.
Well, this is the assumption that is being made, yeah.
Currently, they're struggling to get back to it.
Yeah.
Gray will seek out the other 2 and say, for whatever reason, it appears they're struggling to find their path. It's curious. It seems that sometimes the anchor points work and want them, sometimes they don't. In any case, it means that they have not found what we left them. I think perhaps that we should leave it somewhere easier for them to find.
I agree. I think the most important thing we can do right now is sending the message that, we won't be encroached on. Anything that contributes to that is probably a good idea.
That's actually something to ask our scouts. They seem to lose their way. We have a general idea of where it is they start to get lost. Like how the process of them like trying to move is, because I'm trying to get an idea of like what their movement is like in this like area,
Yeah, well, your scouts aren't tailing them exactly step by step, moment by moment. They're like catching sight of them and disengaging, and then maybe seeing them an hour later and disengaging, trying to stay at a very respectful distance. And so it looks like they go up the mountain and then they try to like go they go up the river and then they try to go towards the mountain. But like the boundary of your filter is like they get within the boundary of the filter by going up the river, and then they try to go towards the mountain, and the filter it sort of makes you not notice things and not think about things clearly. And so they go towards the mountain, and then they end up like going up the mountain and sort of down the mountain and like back up, and then maybe up a different side and then back down again. And they just, it's a fairly nebulous place where the getting lost occurs. It's not a sharp point, but it's definitely right in this, this zone right over here.
And when they do get lost, is there a place that they tend to return to? I would assume the river.
You don't have enough data for that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you could wait longer, see if they keep trying.
Because the thing I'm wondering, and I'll tell the others, is that if you get lost in the woods, you would try and return to a familiar point, and they do always travel up the river. I think we should leave the ruined. Then he realizes that's just pointless. He's thinking, what do you think? Should we go and receive the message and try and leave it somewhere downriver for them to actually stumble upon, or should we wait for them to naturally return to that point?
I feel like we should leave it for them to stumble upon.
Yeah. Agreed.
I really think that these like little needling attacks that we do are only effective if the message comes through clearly, correct?
It is perhaps even more potent that way. The fact that they can't return to where they want, and we bring it to them.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Very well.
I'm in agreement.
So it sounds like our intention is to return to the anchor point, retrieve the little sullied image that we have.
Mm-hmm.
By now, the heads are probably decayed, maybe even taken by animals, but the swords should probably still be there.
Mm-hmm.
So our goal is to do that, and then find a point on the river where we can leave this to be more definitely found, or more likely to be found.
Excellent. There's an important roll that needs to be made for all of this. Who feels like they want to make a possibly game, an important roll for the party? Who wants to make the all-important die roll? Peach Hell, thank you so much for volunteering. I love that from you. You're such a good guy.
My RNG's been pretty good today. I think I can take it.
Yeah. So what we need here is we're gonna need 2 rolls. And I don't know what outcome is best for you. This is not a good or bad thing. This is something may happen that could be in your favor or against you depending on how you play with it.
Right.
So for the first roll, I need a D12 from you.
One high or low? You're saying it doesn't matter. You're saying it matters. It's a matter of perspective.
Right. The event will happen on a high roll.
Okay.
That is a high enough roll, yeah. Now, this second one is maybe a little more important. The second one you definitely want high on. And actually, this is going to have to go over to Gray of Morning Mist. I'm going to need you to make me a perception check from Mithra.
Oh, wonderful. Mithra has advantage on perception checks.
Does she?
Keen sight.
Well, there you go.
Oh, she's literally hawk-eyed. Come on.
That's true. We'll make your advantage perception check.
Oh, thank the...
Holy fuck.
All praise Loomis. Okay. The last thing that we're going to need, and we're going to go back to Peach Owl for this one. This is a 50-50. Roll me a D2. Yeah. All right, here we go. This is what happens. You get back. Oh, we need to change the music. This is too chill. You get back to the anchor point. You get back to the weapons, to the things that you wanted to bring them. You start heading down the mountain, trying to get to a spot where hopefully you could leave this to see, for them to see. But what happens is that Mithra, gives you the cry of like, hey, there's something that you should be paying attention to. And as you get into position, you see a group of 3 songless. I'm going to drop the songless type that you see right here. You're familiar with this type, this warrior songless. 3 warrior songless heading down the hill, down the mountain as well, towards the river. You are sort of going down. They're coming down from one angle. You're coming down from a slightly different angle. You're both headed down the mountain and towards the river at the same time. And you are now laden with their weapons that you were going to bring to them?
The little canvas on which I had drawn the symbol.
Oh, right. Yes.
The heads are probably decayed or like taken by animals by now, but the weapons are there too, yeah.
Right.
So it's the weapons and that little canvas.
And that little canvas that you made with their own blood.
Yes, and one of their tents, which I don't know a tent, but yeah.
Right. Excellent.
Because we took the tabard ourselves.
Well, party, you see them coming. With the 23, you spot them well before they spot you.
Okay.
You're aware that they're here.
Songless.
They're in the area. They're clearly looking for their way back up here, but they're just getting caught by the perception filter and can't find the way. And now they're headed back towards the river. And you've spotted them and you've got all their gear. Do you just go kill these fuckers? How do you just deliver this to them? Do you hand it over to them? What do you do, party?
It's 3 of them, you said?
Just 3 of them. And you fought these warriors before, right? You've one-shot these warriors before sometimes.
I think we should play an ambush and kill them.
I don't.
Okay.
I think we want them to survive, and we want them to return with the story. I think we stick with our initial plan of leaving these somewhere that they can find, and doing so. We can watch them from a distance, let them make camp for the evening, perhaps, or leave this down the river. I think we observe from a distance and then leave this for them in the morning to find. We want them to return with this story. We want to strike fear into them.
Maybe we can kill like one of them.
I feel there's been enough senseless killing. I think we focus on getting the message across.
Agreed. No, you're right. Okay, let's lay low, watch from a distance. If they make camp, we can leave it pretty close to their path. We probably know what way they would go next. And we can make sure that they find this.
Okay. So where are you going to leave this stuff?
I think for now we're still just leaving it on us and seeing what they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you could track them from a distance. Now, following them effectively within close range so that you can see what they're doing is going to require a stealth check. Now, you can put your stealthiest member of the party way in front of everyone else, and Mithra can follow the party, and then the rest of the party can follow Mithra. Or that is to say, your stealthiest person can go forward to keep an eye on what they're doing, because Mithra can't relay what's happening. Or you could have the whole party follow them directly.
That person.
Or you could have Mithra follow the group, and then you can just like pop in on them in the evening to see where they ended up. How would you like to follow? How would you like to stalk your enemy? How do you want to stalk your prey?
The last one you suggested is the most relevant. Is we don't need to know exactly where they are, and we want to give a relatively wide berth between us and them. But we want to have just sort of like a general idea, because as long as we know where they're making camp, we can put the things on the river slightly downstream of where they are, of where they make camp, right? Or like a little bit outside of their camp, because they will always camp usually near a water source in all likelihood. And we basically just want to stay at a distance, have a general idea of where they are, and leave this near probably like near the water source, or even just a little bit downriver of where they make camp, because maybe they don't find it today, but they'll eventually find it.
Perfect. So you're not trying to track their actual actions. You're just trying to
Yes.
leave it in front of them. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I don't think we need any more checks from you. Mithra can follow them, no problem. And if you're following Mithra, you'll be at a safe range. I don't think they're going to run into you. You find a spot. They find a spot and camp near the river for the evening. You drop off all the goods just downriver of them, and then go home, watch the goods, watch them. What's the plan for the next day?
I think we go home and we have our scouts sort of relay, because it'll take them time to go back. If they find this, they might immediately strike out back and try and continue what they're doing, go back to the anchor point. They might take it and go back. We don't know. I think we just return and wait to this is the point where, like you were saying, that some time is going to pass, and we wanted to make sure they got that message, and now we're going to sort of wait to see what happens, I think.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, the very next day, they do head downriver, and they do find those items. I don't know if you are watching the items when they find it. Would you be like hawkishly watching them? Probably not. Maybe.
I don't think I would take a risk to hawkishly watch them.
Yeah.
But it would be like, if it was available, if it was like, let's say I could, I myself, since I'm the stealthiest by a significant portion, if I had like a few 100 feet away view,
Yeah.
that I could like find, I would watch.
Yeah. Yeah, you can absolutely watch from a few hundred feet away. And you'll see them come down the river with all their packs on their back, geared up and ready to go. And they'll come across these things and stand around. They'll look at the symbol. They'll look at the weapons. They'll scratch their head over it. Someone points to the big greatsword with like an exclamation of surprise and picks it up in two hands and like excitedly shows it to the others. And then they pick up the cloth with the blood over it. And now it has been a week and a half. So the blood is turning that like coppery green color of old blood. And they'll quickly fold up the piece of cloth, tuck it into a belt, grab the weapons, and hurry down river, picking up the pace and looking frantically about until they're out of sight.
Excellent. Gray will return, satisfied. We will see how they respond, but they were in a panic. They received our message, and how they respond to it, time will tell.
So we've done it, right? You've trimmed the claws. You killed a bunch of them. You scared them off. You left signs on the north and south. This is it. The Songless are fleeing. Peace has come back to the Tomen. We can all go back home and rest. Yeah?
Gray doesn't believe that for a moment. For the immediate, like today,
Yeah.
we've done a duty.
That's right.
We've done a duty. Okay. Well,
The Songless, there's a lot of them. They have short memories too. It may not, in his mind, as he sees this, right, he goes, maybe they're scared. Maybe they don't attack us for best case scenario, right? Like, let's say this is it really shakes them and they like get super high feet or intimidated. 10 years, maybe they don't attack or something. Gray thinks for certain, even if like, he doesn't think it's going to be 10 years, but let's say even if they didn't attack for 10 years, he thinks they would start encroaching again within his lifetime. And he's thinking that even as he sees them walking away, like he's thinking, I'm going to have to keep doing this as long as I'm alive. Like that's the thought that goes through his head as he sees those Songless walk away.
Well, they go. And peace returns to the valley for some time. For some time, it'll be nice and gentle before the next major activity happens. I think we're going to end a little early today. All is well in Tomen society. All is good. Yeah.
I have to think
Koibu,
of,
I hate your cliffhangers. Fuck.
I have to think of, after all this too, that as you say, it's obviously we have to think of like what's going to happen, but I'm here imagining Gray thinking, how is he going to continue to just exist through daily life? He's going to be thinking every day. He's going to wake up thinking, oh, there's been a songless attack. So
Yeah.
we'll obviously find out next time, but I'm sitting here just in his head, like he's ready to go out again right now, and he doesn't know when. So
Yeah.
we'll see, I suppose. what
It's like
happens.
there's the greater cycle of our society of trimming the claws, and it's like almost like Gray is living his own little loop of trimming the claws, like in his head.
I don't even know what he's going to do during this downtime or how much downtime there is. I don't know. I don't know how he's going to spend what is he going to do in a relaxed day as after this is done.
Yeah.
See.
Nice. Well, party, let's add up some experience for the day, because you done good. You killed them in their sleep. Maximum XP, minimum risk. So that is... Let's see. Let me pull out my handy dandy calculator. No, not bulk rename utility. Calculator.
That crit, by the way, that is the one thing my subclass does. The one thing my subclass does is that one attack and like nothing else.
We
That's all
picked
you
the right
need.
strategy to go
Yeah.
up against
Yeah.
it, man. We were playing to our strengths here.
Yep.
Now, that was a really cool little like stealth infiltration
Yeah.
kind of mission we went on there. That was sweet.
And it was super successful.
And in sort of like future attacks, I'm gonna be sort of like aggressively taking shots. Like you saw, it wasn't like wait for them to react, because I need to attack a surprise creature for the auto crit. It's like I can't let them have a moment to look around and think. He's gonna be very quick to pull the trigger,
Mm-hmm.
and it suits the character. That's why I went with it.
Perfect. So we have 1150 divided by 3 characters. Everyone takes home, 383 experience. Excellent. What does that bring us to, party members?
383. Brings us to... Dude, these 5e character sheets drive me insane, Koibu. I swear to God, I can never find anything.
You said 383.
Mm-hmm. The experience is at the very top right of your core page.
1557.
Right.
I'm noticing 2 of you have
1450.
different XP totals, and 1 of you has no XP total.
Mm,
Oh no!
lovely.
All right, I'm gonna trust. No offense to anyone else. Gray of Morning Mists math.
Yep.
So everyone should be at 1557 XP.
Sounds good.
We're not. There's no individual experience that we're doing. We're just doing. Right?
What was the other number someone had?
1088 before the 383.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were off by like 100 and something. I don't think we've been doing individual XP.
No, we
No,
haven't.
I don't think so.
No.
I have the XP gains and history and notes stuff. So yeah, I think it's correct.
Lovely. Good. Your next level up is 2,700. So you're about 1,143 off. Nice.
Yeah, 3 to 4 is a big jump.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, party, we'll see you next week. And fun will happen then.